What's good, YouTube? This is Rob back with another video. I'm here to give you my first 72 hours with the Note 9. Now, first off, let me say the Note 9 has met my expectations. I'm really enjoying this phone. Let's start with the build. I'm really enjoying the build of the phone. The build is what I wanted in a phone, in a nice smartphone. I do like the very wide squared off build of the phone. The only difference from this phone is that it is optimized better than the Note 8. So what I mean is the camera is a little better. The display is a little better. The battery is way better. You have a more squared off screen where you're working with more real estate, 6 by 4 inches. So you have more of a writing surface, and it makes you a much more confident writer when using the S Pen. So that alone is a big factor in the difference between the Note 8 and the Note 9. This is by far Samsung's probably best display. It has 516 pixels per inch. The Infinity Display is nearly edge to edge, very small bezels. Nobody can touch Samsung when it comes to displays. The stereo speakers, let's talk about that. Stereo speakers has improved a lot. That's probably, that and the battery is probably the two biggest improvements from last year's Note that has happened on this year's Note. So anybody who plan on getting a Note, be prepared to have a very nice immersive experience when it comes to taking in media, movies, or things of that sort. Another thing that I've enjoyed is the S Pen with its new features. The Bluetooth S Pen, sometimes when you have it, just fiddling around with it, using it to pause and start YouTube videos or music, and using it to skip, you know, it really becomes like a nice little mini remote, a mini remote control, if you want to look at it from that standpoint. You don't really have to block off, get your hands in the way of the media to pause it or stop it. You can stop it just like a regular remote. Another thing that about the S Pen, if it loses power, because it is a chargeable item, all you have to do is put it back in its S Pen holster, and it will recharge itself within, I think, 30 minutes to a full battery. And even when it is not a charge, the actual functionality still stays with the S Pen, meaning you can still write, you can still do screen writes, you can still cut out pictures and use it to stroll through internet pages and what have you. So it doesn't become a useless item as part of the phone. Also, this phone has been somewhat improved to be what you may call a gaming phone. Games loads up pretty fast too. That's another thing. The 6 gigs of RAM on this one. I have the 128 gigabyte variant. Probably one of the easier games to demonstrate though on YouTube. But look at the actual screen. Make sure, let me lower some of that brightness on there. So the gaming mode on this phone is top notch. You hear the stereo speakers. So the gaming on the phone is top notch. It's not an all-out gaming phone, but hey, it's up there with the 6 gigs of RAM. It should be able to handle any of the top games that's on in the Android market, meaning PUBG, Fortnite, Injustice, And those are the top 3 that I know of off the top of my head. And those are very heavily graphic intensive type of games, so you shouldn't have any problems with the phone. 4,000 milliamp battery is awesome. It's pretty much an all-day phone, depending on how heavy a user you may, label yourself. But I'm a mid to light user when I'm at work, so I'm getting screen on time in upwards of 6 hours. But like I said, I'm not really beating the phone up. I'm not really doing a lot of extra stuff. So remember that screen on time will vary from user to user. Other than that, what else can I tell you about it? Front facing camera is improved, so you get those real cool portrait pictures. So you don't get a lot of what they call that famous Samsung lag that you would get way back in the S7 time and a little bit of the S8. So in that respect, they seem to have optimized it so far. 8 gigs of RAM on the 512 is a champ. And then you got the 6 gigs on the 128, which is excellent. So I haven't had any problems with. The phone is very highly customizable, so I haven't really delved into it. But it usually takes me 2 or 3 days to just get the phone somewhat settled in a manner that I like it. And then a little later on in the week, I can see myself really customizing it, really getting into it, really doing things, changing the theme, getting into things like the biometrics and figuring out shortcuts and little tricks. I know if you had a Samsung, you should be familiar with those type of things, but still, when you got things like the new S Pen, that takes a little time to learn some of the features and how to take advantage of them. But again, overall, some of the negatives, the price is too high, regardless of which one you get, whether you get the 512 or the 128 gigabyte. So that's first off. If you're 2 generations behind on a phone, this will be a good buy. If you're on a Note 8, I would not recommend you taking this upgrade because there's too much similarities with the Note 8 where these incremental changes isn't worth you trading in the Note 8 or selling your Note 8 and then trying to come up and get this. So that would be a big financial turnaround and you will probably lose out on the end. But the way I got this phone was through Samsung's website. This is the T-Mobile variant, but what I did is I did a trade-in and I was able to get the phone for under $600. I think it was like $582 was the exact price, along with a free pair of headphones. If you see my unboxing video, you will pretty much see everything I got. Everything I got in that video, I got it for $582. I will leave a link to that unboxing video at the end of the video and down in the description, and I might even put it up in a little box on the right side or the corner over there. It does have 8.1 Android. Samsung Experience has been updated to 9.0. It's a very heavy skin, but it runs very smoothly. And it seems like Samsung may have taken care of its actual lag issues, but that is yet to be seen. The Note 8, when I had it, and the S9 Plus hasn't really lagged like previous Samsung phones. Out the box, when I got it, the 128 gigabytes, it was 99.2 gigabytes available before I installed any app. So the system memory used up 17 gigabytes before I download anything. I do have an SD card to help offset that, but that's quite a bit, but that is to be expected because, like I said, the Samsung Experience is a very heavy skin with all the features that it brings. I'm quite sure it needs a lot of memory to run. So with that being said, my first 72 hours is a major thumbs up. I've been enjoying this phone. I love the build. It is a fingerprint magnet, must have a case and a screen protector. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hey, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.